So just another minute or two. Maybe you'd like to have a cushion or a block ready, and a strap or belt. Okay, I hope everybody's doing well this morning. Maybe you noticed something a little different about me today. I'm sporting the quarantine haircut. It's a little cooler. So we'll start, as usual, standing up. Today is the experience class, which basically means it's just not for people who are beginners. Let's start standing up nice and straight. Relax shoulders. Bring the feet to touch. Straight line between the ankle, hip, elbow, and ear. We're going to keep the lips closed. Breathe steadily. Take some nice deep breaths. Four or 5 seconds to inhale, 4 or 5 seconds to exhale. Welcome to anyone joining us right now. You haven't missed anything, just starting. Just keeping the lips sealed, breathing through the nose. So throughout the session, listen carefully to my instructions. I move around quite a lot. You notice I've got 2 yoga mats, so I keep moving between the 2. You don't need to keep moving. Just listen carefully and move when I give the instructions. Okay, let's make the next breath the deepest, the longest yet. Completely fill the lungs. When they feel like they're full, try and sip in a little bit more air. Let go. And go back to more regular breathing. Okay, we're going to make 3 sun salutations. For the first one, we go nice and slowly, taking 2 breaths in each position. So let's begin by inhaling and stretching the arms up sideways, reaching up to the ceiling, full lungs at the top, trying to make the elbows straight. So 2 breaths in each position. Exhale, folding forward, nice and slowly. The knees are slightly bent, the head becomes heavy. Fingertips, trying to get them in line with the toes. Trying to get the navel to touch the thighs. And then change. Breathe in. Come up halfway with a flat back. Stretching the head and neck forward. Change. Going down to high plank. 2 breaths in high plank. And then exhale your way down. You can put your knees down if you need, or you can lower down through a press up. Next, we're going to breathe in, upward dog. Breathe out. We can go through child's pose first into down dog. So sitting back to child's pose. And then ready for down dog. So we're putting our toes into the floor, weight into the hands, lifting the knees off the floor, sending the hips up to the sky, sucking in the belly, pushing back. So biceps are next to the ears. First down dog of the day. Let's pedal the legs left and right, bending alternate knees. The head is totally relaxed, just looking between the feet, pressing down all your fingers and both palms flat into the mat. Keep sending the hips up to the sky. Bend both knees if you like. And now let's straighten the legs. Try and get the heels to the floor. Change. Look forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step, walk, or jump your way to the front into the fold. Next, inhale, arms sideways, reach up, stretch up. Going straight into the next set. Exhale, forward fold. One breath in each position. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, step or jump back to high plank and lower yourself down whilst exhaling. Inhale, slide forward to upward dog. Tuck the toes, push back to downward dog. Inhale, look forward, step or jump to the front while exhaling. Breathe in, stretch up, reach up. One more set. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step or jump back to high plank and lower yourself down while exhaling. Inhale, slide forward, upward dog. Exhale, push back, tuck the toes into the mat. Downward dog. Inhale, look forward. Step or jump your way into the fold. Fully exhale. Breathe in, stretch up, reach up. Full lungs. Exhale, hands into prayer. Stay here for a moment. Maybe we need some more lights. That might help. Okay, now it's the modified sun salutation. So we breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, forward fold. This is where it gets different. We inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, stepping back with the right foot. Big step back into a lunge. Okay, knee is directly above the ankle. Let's start to breathe in. Take the arms up. Lean back. Breathe out. Hands come down each side of the foot and step back to high plank. Lower yourself down, exhaling. Inhale, slide forward, upward dog. Tuck the toes, push back, downward dog. Inhale, pick up the left foot, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the foot back through into the lunge. Take the hands behind the back, interlock the fingers, breathe in, open the chest, roll back the shoulders. Breathe out. Breathe in, arms sideways, reach up, lean back. Breathe out, hands come down to the floor, each side of the foot, and step the feet together. Fold and exhale. Breathe in, arms sideways, reach up, stretch up. Breathe out, fold down. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. This time we're stepping back with the left foot. Big step back into the lunge. Breathe in, arms sideways. Stretch up, lean back. Breathe out, hands each side of the foot. Stepping the right foot back to high plank. Lower yourself down, exhaling. Inhale, slide forward, upward dog. Tuck the toes, exhale, push back, down dog. This time we're picking up the right foot for three-leg dog. Trying to keep the knee straight. Exhale, step that foot through. Hands behind the back, interlock the fingers. Open the chest, roll back the shoulders. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, arms sideways, reach up. Lean back. Exhale, hands come down each side of the foot. Step the feet together into the fold. Breathe in. Let's go all the way up to the top. Full lungs in. Breathe out, hands in prayer. Okay, we should be warming up now. Ready to go into our warrior flow. Okay, guys, hands on the hips. Stepping back with our right foot. Nice, big step back. For warrior one. Hip bones face directly forward. There's a small gap between the feet. The back foot is around 45 degrees. Front foot faces directly forward. Breathe in, take the arms up towards the ceiling. Breathe out, bend the front knee. So we're looking to get the knee directly above the ankle. The back leg is straight. Press down to the outside edge of the back foot. Try and get the biceps next to the ears. Maybe you can lean back a little into a back bend. Keep stretching up as you breathe in. Maybe twisting the right hip in as you breathe out. 2 more breaths. Look up towards the hands. Change, warrior 2. So, the arms come shoulder height. Back foot is now 90 degrees, and my hip bones face the long side of the yoga mat. Palms down, stretch the arms in opposite directions. Breathe. Spine nice and straight. Nice, deep, steady breaths. 4 or 5 seconds inhale, same to exhale. Final breath. Change, reverse warrior. We're going to flip the front palm. Inhale, stretch up. Feel the chest expand. Back hand just gently rests on the thigh. Look up at the hand. Change. Forearms coming down. Uttanasana Konasana. The backhand sweeps round, up and over. Straight line from the fingertips to the back foot. Breathe. Keep the shoulders stacked. Don't let the top shoulder curl down. Not too much weight through the front hand. If you're feeling strong, you can even lift the front hand off. And then change. We're going back to reverse warrior, this time with a straight front leg. Full inhale, full exhale. Then we're going to triangle. So if you have a really wide stance, you bring the foot in just a bit wider than the hips. You don't need to move back. Then we lean forward, stretch forward. Keep stretching until you can't stretch anymore, and then hinge at the hips. Press your knuckles into the shin to twist the top arm around. Straight line between the top arm and the bottom arm. Looking down, forward, or straight up at the top hand. Keep pressing the knuckles into the shin. Steady breaths. Keep the face and forehead relaxed. Another breath. And we go out exactly the same way we went in. Inhale, engage the core. Come back upright. Put your hands on the hips, step the feet together, back foot comes into the front. And we've got that to do on the other side. So you stood at the front of the mat, and this time you take a big step back with the left foot. Hip bones face directly forward. Okay, let's breathe in, stretch up the arms. Reach up, feel the spine lengthen. Breathe out, bend the front knee. Pressing down to the outside edge of the back foot. The knee is locked out. We can see the big toe on the front foot. Look up, stretch up, reach up. Twisting the left hip slightly in. Push down through the outside edge of the back foot. On your next exhale, change. Arms come down shoulder height. The back foot twists to 90 degrees. Straight line between both heels in warrior two. Palms down, stretch the arms apart. Look just in front of the middle finger on the front hand. Quick glance that you can still see the big toe on the front foot. Spine is nice and straight. Think about dropping the tailbone down towards the ground. Final breath. Flip the palm, reverse warrior. Breathe in. Get a nice stretch across the chest. Look up at the top hand. Try and keep the alignment on that front knee. Don't let the knee curl in. On the next exhale change, bring the forearm down to the knee. The backhand sweeps back, up, over. Big circular motion, straight line from fingers to toes. Just a little weight going through the front hand. Again, if you feel strong, you can lift it. Change. Reverse warrior with a straight leg, just one breath. Ready for triangle. So if you need, you step the back foot in a little. Then when you start to stretch forward, lean forward, keep leaning, and then hinge. Don't be tempted to go down too far with this hand. It just curls the body round. Straight line from top arm to bottom. Choose where you want to look today. Nice firm connection with the floor, with your feet. Press down through the big toe on the front foot. Both legs are locked out at the knee. One more breath. And inhale, come back out, engage the core, back to standing. Next, we turn the front foot in. Nice wide stance. Toes point in, heels point out. Keeping a straight spine. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. Breathe out, start to forward fold. Keep a straight spine. When you feel the spine rounding, bring your hands down to the shins. Press your knuckles into the shins. Stretching the head and neck forward. So really use the breath to go deeper. Breaths in, lengthen the spine. Try and make space between the vertebrae. Breaths out, fold down into that space. Keep the weight spread evenly across both feet. Keep rolling the shoulders back away from the ears. Nice, deep, fulfilling breaths. Keep the knees straight or very slightly bent. If you're more flexible, you can grab the outside edges of the feet. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Slowly change. We breathe in, engage the core, nice and slowly with control, come back upright. Now we sweep the hands behind the back and interlock the fingers. So let's try a different grip today. Usually you're going to have one thumb which is on top. Maybe it's the left thumb. We're going to switch that around today so the right thumb is on top. It should just feel a little different in the shoulders. So breathe in. Open the shoulders. Open the chest and roll back the shoulders. Breathe out, forward fold. This time the hands come up towards the ceiling, behind the head. Focus on the shoulders, try and breathe into the shoulders. Again, the knees are straight or very slightly bent. Spine, try and keep it straight, but it can round a little in this pose. We want to get more into the shoulders than keep a straight spine. Heels of the hand can be together or apart. See what works for you today. Slowly change. Breathe in. Come back up. Arms up to the side. You can either heel toe the foot in, take 2 little steps, or 1 big step. Inhale into the center. Exhale, hands coming into prayer. Okay, good time to take a little sip of water before we go into the balances. Or tea. Okay, we're going to come into mountain pose for a moment. Breathe. Shoulders relax. Just notice the chest moving. Feel the connection with your feet and the floor beneath you. Okay, starting with tree pose, Vrikshasana. We will begin basing on the left foot. So pick up the toes, put them down, spread the weight evenly across the foot, really feel the connection with the big toe. Next, we need to pick something in front of us to look at. We're going to pick up the right foot, put it below the knee or above the knee. Bit wobbly today. Okay, find our focus. Fix your vision on something that isn't moving. Breathe. To go further, you lift up the hands, inhale, stretch up. Breathe in, really stretch up, try and grow towards the ceiling. Lengthen the spine, open space between the vertebrae. Breathe in, stretch up, reach up as much as you can and hold it. Slowly change. Bring the arms down. Bring the foot down. Let's change sides. Ground down through the right foot. Pick up the left foot and place the foot below the knee or above the knee. Okay, the standing leg is really strong and stable and straight at the knee. Press down, especially through the big toe. You can stay here, or to go to the next step, breathe in and stretch up. Try to get the biceps next to the ears and the elbows straight. Standing leg strong. Notice that connection with the foot and the floor. Breathe in now, stretch up, really reach up. Try and open and lengthen the spine. Final deep inhale. Exhale, the hands slowly come down. Release the foot. And if you need to, give your legs a little shake off. Next pose will be eagle. Garudasana. Take the arms sideways. Inhale, stretch up. Now we're going to cross the arms. Right hand under left. Tight shoulders, put your hands on the shoulders. Otherwise, palms together. Or interlock the fingers. Be aware of your center line in this pose. So we try and get the elbows and the knees in the center line. Let's sit back into a chair. And if you want to go a step further, we pick up the right foot, put it over the left thigh, and maybe wrap the right foot behind the ankle, behind the calf. I'm trying to bring my knees into the center, elbows into the center, sit back into the chair, ground down through the big toe, breathe steadily through the nose. Pull the elbows down, 2 more breaths. Slowly change, unravel the legs, press down through the feet, unravel the arms, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, this time the left arm goes under the right. Pull the elbows down, squeeze the knees together, sit back into a chair. So this time we pick up the left foot, we go over the right thigh and maybe behind the right calf. If you can't get that foot there, just keep it to the side. Sit back into the chair, go back to the breath. If you're wobbly, don't worry. Just come back in, we've got a little time here. Elbows and knees to the center line. Focus on the breath. Might feel the hips opening, shoulders opening. Great for the elbows and knees. Slowly change. Oh, unravel the legs. I'm super wobbly today. Breathe in, stretch up, breathe out, hands into prayer. Let's go for dancer. Back to the left foot. Okay, going to reach the hand out like this and pick up the foot just below the toes. Trying to keep the knee in. Don't let your knee come out to the side on this one. Let's breathe in. Take the left hand up. We're high-fiving someone in front of us. Then we start to kick back the right leg. Kick, 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 kick. Once you can't kick anymore, then the torso starts to lean forward to counterbalance the leg at the back. So we kick back and lift up in equal measures, trying to maintain our balance, trying to keep the bicep next to the ear, looking slightly upwards, nice steady breaths. Kicking and lifting, kick and lift. Keep stretching forward the hand, looking up, steady breathing, keep the hips square. Final breath. Slowly change. Switching sides. So left hand comes out, palm up. Now we pick up the left foot just below the toes. Keep the knee in. Breathe in, right hand comes up. Bicep next to the ear. Try and keep it there. Then we start to kick back the left leg. Kick, 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 kick. And when you can't kick anymore, you can start to lean and kick. Steady breathe in. Try and keep the knee in. Keep stretching forward, kicking back. Kicking and lifting. Looking up slightly. Bicep next to the ear. Keep stretching forward, kicking backwards. Hold it here. Couple more breaths. Slowly change. Release the arm down to the side. Moving on to standing big toe stretch. Let's bend at the left leg and grab the big toe with 2 fingers. Right hand on the hip. Standing legs, super strong, super straight, locked out of the knee. If you're really wobbly, you can stay here. Otherwise, we're going to kick out this leg and try and straighten at the knee. Steady breathing. To go further, you can stay here if you want, or we bring the knee out to the side. You can counterbalance with the right hand. Change. Bring the leg to the center. Hand back on the hip. And now let go. Keep pressing that foot forward. Kick out through the ball of the foot. And also push out through the heel. Standing leg straight. 3, 2, 1. Change. Switch sides. Take the weight into the left foot. Pick up the right foot. 2 fingers grab the big toe. Spine nice and straight. Let's start to kick out the right foot. You can stay here, or we go out to the side. Change. Come back to the center, hand on the hip, and let's let go of the foot. Push up through the heel, push up through the ball of the foot. Straight spine. Don't lean forward or backwards. 3, 2, 1. Change. Arms by the side, mountain pose. Breathe steadily. Let's go for warrior 3 with airplane wings. So we're at the back of the mat now. We're going back to the left foot. So the left foot takes a big step forward. And the back foot is slightly off the ground. Look, my toes touch, but the heels are up. And take the arms up. And then we push it into warrior 3 and the arms sweep backwards. Leg comes up. And the arms sweep backwards as the leg comes up at the back. Trying to make the back leg straight as we can. Torso slightly up, looking forward in front of the mat at the floor. Open the shoulders and chest. Slowly change, go back, step back, breathe in. This time we step forward with the right foot. Push off with the back heel. Sweep the arms back. Both legs as straight as you can make them. Breathe. Torso slightly up. Sweep back the arms. Push back with the leg. Try and lock out both knees. Change. Step back. Stretch up. Hands into prayer. Change. Little sip of water if you like. Okay, we're gonna bring in a few different poses today. We'll stand in awkward chair pose. So feet hip width apart, arms shoulder height, sit back into a chair. Suck in the belly. Keep stretching the arms forward. You can look down and see the big toes. Two more breaths. Change, come upright. Okay, we're going to pick up the heels now. So we're standing on the big toes and the heels are off the ground. Get the heels as high as you can. Sit back again into the chair. Breathe. Spine straight. Stretch the arms forward. Change. Press out through the toes. Come back upright. Let's bring the knees together. One last time. Sit down. Keep the knees together and the heels slightly off the ground. Go down as far as you can until it becomes uncomfortable or painful. If so, you back off. Final breath. Change, press up. Arms by the side. Okay. Bring the arms out again. We're going to sit down into a squat. Going as low as you can. You can bring the hands in out front to balance, or you can bring them into prayer. Okay, next we're going to try for crow pose. Bakasana, we're going to put our hands flat on the ground. So this is an arm balance. And we want to put the knees on the triceps or knees slightly above the shoulders. So this is how it should look. And the way to get in there, I like to use this gap. There's like a little gap between the tricep and the shoulder there. I put my knee there. It can also be around here on the tricep. Give it a few tries. Pick up one foot, put it down. Pick up the other foot, put it down. And then maybe you can pick up both feet. Try and bring the toes together. Maybe straighten the arms. So more advanced version is to put the knees into the armpit. Give it a little try. Sometimes you have to kind of fall forward and bang your head on the floor. You can put a cushion or a pillow under your head if you're worried about hitting your head on the ground. Really good to build up strength in the wrists, arms, shoulders. Really good before you go into more advanced arm balances. Okay, let's move on, everybody. Fun little pose. Okay, we're going to go down to the floor now and make some back bends. We go there via a press up. So go to high plank, hands underneath the shoulders. Lower yourself down to the floor. Put your knees down if you need. Okay, first one's going to be cobra. Stay where you are. I'm going to adjust my camera. So cobra pose we do using core strength only. Hands are just there for a little support. Keep the legs together. Zip up the legs. Press the toes into the floor to lift the knees off the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then lift the torso. So hands should be able to come out. No arm strength in this one. Keep the legs squeezing together. Stretching forward, stretching up. Pressing your toes into the floor, shoulders away from the ears, elbows in tight. Change. Tap your chin on the floor. Walk the hands. 2 hand paces out to the side. This time we use arm strength and we relax the legs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push the hands. So relax from the waist down. Bring the elbows in. Drop the shoulders down. Keep stretching forwards and upwards. Deep, steady breaths. Send the air all the way down towards your feet. Keep the forehead and face relaxed. Final breath. And to come out, we exhale and go forwards and down. Arms by the side. Turn your head to the right. Put the left ear on the floor. Relax. change. Come back to the middle. Okay, let's do our 3 diagonal stretches. For this one, we keep the forehead on the ground. 3 poses with the forehead on the floor. So we stretch forward the arms and we stretch backward with the feet. Keep the forehead on the ground, lift the right arm and left leg. Stretching forward, stretching backwards, keep pressing the forehead on the floor. Slowly change. Switch side, left arm, right leg, forehead sticks to the ground. Let's go. Hold it for 3, 2, 1, change. This time it's both arms and both legs. Forehead stays glued to the ground. Let's go. Stretch forward, stretch backward. Like someone pulling our hands forward, pulling our feet backward. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1, change. Arms by the side, turn the head to the left, right ear on the floor. Change, come to the center. Next, we're going to do bow pose. Dhanurasana, we bend up the knees. We're going to reach back and grab the feet. If you can't do that, you can use a belt. You can wrap the belt around the feet and hold the belt. So otherwise, we hold the feet here. We aim to keep the knees parallel. Don't let the knees fly out to the side. Breathe in, breathe out. Kick back the legs, lift up the torso. Stretch forward, stretch upward. Let the shoulders roll backward as you kick the legs. Kick and lift, kick and lift. Roll forward onto the belly a bit. Kick and more, and lift up more. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Change, lower down, look to the right. Change, come back to the middle. We're going to do that one more time. This is so good for our backs. Okay. Get ready, breathe in. Breathe out, kick back the legs. Lift up the torso, lift up the head. Looking up towards the ceiling. Kicking back with the legs. Breathing steadily in and out through the nose. Try and keep the face and forehead relaxed. Hold it here. Take it to your maximum. 3, 2, 1. Change. Lower down and look to the left. Right ear is on the floor. Just relax down into the ground. Change. Come back to the center. We're going to push ourselves up on the hand. You can do it like a press up, or you can keep your knees on the floor. Next one is camel. So on our knees, knees underneath the hips. Quick demonstration of this pose. We're going to lean back. We put our hands on the heels. We press our hips forward. And to come out, we go opposite. Okay, you can come out of this pose anytime you need. If it becomes painful or your back feels a bit funny, just come out anytime. Okay, let's go. Breathe in. Stretch up. Spine nice and long. Hands support the lower back. Lean backwards. One hand down, 2 hands down on the heels. Press the hips forward. Lean the head back. Open the shoulders. Breathe. Some deep breaths through the nose. Come out if you need. Otherwise, we spend 3 or 4 more breaths. Final breath. Change, hands on the lower back, push yourself back up. Just gonna spin round and lay down in Shavasana. Lay flat on your back and breathe. Just let everything sink down into the floor. Take another breath here. Open the eyes. And roll onto your side. Come back upright. And we'll make some forward bends. Okay, slightly different forward bends today. Let's mix it up a bit. So we're going to take the left foot forward, slightly bent on the knee. So previous classes we've been taking Janusarasana, which is a straight forward bend. This time, it's going to be more like a lean to the side, kind of where we stack the shoulders, a bit like in triangle. So the sole of the right foot is on the thigh. With the left hand, you can reach under and grab the back of the calf. The right hand is going to sweep back up and over. Look up at the hand. So you should feel this along the core and maybe on the back of the left leg. Nice, steady breaths. Change, go out the way you went in. Now we're going to slide this foot slightly to the left. There. Make a space in front of you. We want to fold down into the space, but keeping a straight spine. So I'm going to keep my hands behind the back to keep a straight spine and fold down. If you're more flexible, you can grab the big toe. Suck in the belly, keep breathing steadily, and keep a nice straight spine. It's really key in this pose. Change, coming back up to seated. We're going to go to wild thing. So, the right hand post on the floor, the left hand is going to sweep. We breathe in, lift the hips. Based on this knee, the left foot is pressing down to the outside edge. I'm going to slide back so you can see a little easier. This foot on the floor is important there, look. Push your hips forward, stretch the arm, look up towards the top hand. Straight line between the right wrist, right elbow, and right shoulder. Deep breath here. Slowly change. Go up the same way. So sweep the hand down. Sit back into the chair. Okay, let's switch sides. Right leg out straight or slightly bent. Right hand's going to go under. Grab the back of the calf. The left hand sweeps back, up, and over. Don't let the shoulder drop down. We want to try and stack the shoulders. Top arm stretches up. Feel a nice stretch through the torso. Steady breaths, looking up at the top hand. Maybe if you're more flexible, you can reach down more. Final breath. Change. So I'm going to move the foot slightly to the right and make a space in front of me to fold down. Okay, sucking in the belly. Breathing in length from the spine. Breathe out. Fold forward with a straight spine. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, relaxing down deeper. Remove any tension from the head. Deep, fulfilling breaths through the nose. Slowly change. Come back upright. So this time the right hand's going to sweep. Breathe in. Hips come forward. Press down to the outside edge of the foot on the ground. There's a straight line between the left wrist, the left elbow, and the left shoulder. Look up towards the top hand. Take some nice deep breaths. Slowly change. Back down to the floor. Okay, let's bring the feet together. Breathe in, stretch up. Suck in the belly, breathe out, forward fold. Make a peace sign, peace man, and grab the big toes. So knees are slightly bent. We want to get the navel to touch the thighs. Keep a straight spine. And fold down. Shoulders come back and down away from the ears. You can also use a belt here if you prefer. If your shoulders are a little tight, this could be an easier option. Also, could be good to sit on a block in this position. Elevate the hips slightly. If you wish to try that. Three or four more breaths here. Maybe you can straighten the legs a bit more as things start to loosen up. Change. Bring the feet together, soles of the feet together. Heels close to the hips. With a straight spine, we take our thumbs and open the soles of the feet like a book. We press our elbows into the thighs to rotate the hips down. Keep the belly sucked in, keep pressing those elbows and breathing steadily. Send the breath through the body, down into the hips as you inhale and back out as you exhale. So once you get to know the poses and know the flow a little better, it becomes more easy to stop thinking about the asana, the poses, and just flow with the breath. So once you can do less thinking and more feeling and flowing, that's when your yoga practice will become more like a meditation, a moving meditation. Throughout the whole class, always try and keep awareness to the breath. I like to think of the circular flow and breath the whole time. Kind of like waves coming in and out. Okay, change. We're going to bring the legs together. And let's go a little more on the hamstrings. We'll lay down flat on our back. And we'll start by bending the right knee. Interlock the fingers on the knee and pull the knee into the chest. Nice deep breaths. To go further, drop the knee out to the side, around the rib cage, pull it more towards your shoulder. Change. Bring the knee back to the middle. Make that peace sign again and grab the big toe. Keep your head on the floor for these poses. If it's hard to keep your head on the floor, put a cushion underneath the head. Okay, next, we're going to extend the right leg. If this is hard for you, again, you can use a strap. You can put a strap around the ball of the foot. Maybe the strap helps you to pull the foot back a bit more. Trying to lock out the knee. Feel a nice stretch on the back of the leg. Okay, now we're going out to the side. Put your left hand on the left hip. Keep the hips flat on the ground and then take the leg out to the side. A bit like we did when we were standing earlier on. Steady breathing. Head on the floor, chin into the chest. Inhale, leg back to the center. Breathe in, do a little sit up. Hold that for 2 breaths and then lay back. Change. Slowly bend the knee. Straighten that leg and switch side. So we're going to bend up the left foot first. Fingers interlocked on the knee. Head on the floor. Keep the face and forehead relaxed. Steady breaths. Pull that knee into the chest. Wind removing pose. Change. Drop the knee out to the side. Slightly to the left. Go around the rib cage. Pull the knee more to the shoulder. Change. Either we grab the big toe with the 2 fingers, or we take our belt around the ball of the foot and extend the left leg. Keep the belly sucked in. Put your right hand on the right hip. Keep the hips flat on the ground. To go further, we drop the knee out to the side. Keep the right leg straight out in front of you. Inhale, bring the leg back to the center. Breathe in, a little sit up. Breathe out, head back down on the ground. One last stretch of the left leg. And change. Bring the feet down to the floor. Spend a few breaths in Shavasana. Close the eyes for 2 breaths. Let everything sink down into the floor. Change. Roll over onto your side. Back to all fours. How are we doing on time? Okay, good. We got time for a few hip openers and a few more poses on the floor before the end of the class. Okay, we'll start. Pigeon. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're going to bring the left knee to the left wrist, like that. Then we pivot the foot towards the right knee. So we bring the left foot round. It might stop here. It might stop here, or it might go more like a 90 degrees angle. Next, we slide the right foot and right knee backwards. There we go. Keep your block handy. If you want, you can put the block underneath the left hip. We're trying to get the left hip down to the floor. Your hip's really high up. A block can help support. Suck in the belly, breathe through the nose. Trying to work the hip down towards the ground. Nice, deep breaths. You can stay on your hands, or if the hip's moving, go down onto your forearms. Maybe making a kind of pillow with your hands for the head. Keep a straight spine. If you find that your spine's curling, then come out a little bit. So really work with the breath. Breathing into the left hip, trying to let go of the tension every time you exhale. Follow the breath as it moves through the body. Circular flow of energy. Circular flow of breath. Breathing right down into the left hip. Three more breaths here. Slowly think about coming out. Back to the forearms. Back onto the hands. And then we walk the right foot in and slide the left foot out. Back to all fours. Ready to switch sides. This time you might want to put your block to the right. From all fours, we take the right knee to the right wrist. Pivot the right foot towards the left wrist. Slide the left foot backwards. Okay, this would be the time if you want to use your block. Then we suck in the belly. Start working the right hip down. If you feel the hip moving, you can go down onto your forearms. Every breath in, we lengthen the spine. Every breath out, we try and release tension in the right hip and drop the right hip down a little bit more. If the hip wants to go down more, you can take out your block. Close the eyes. Really focus on the right hip. Go back to the breath. Forehead relaxed. Jaw is relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. Really try to zoom in to that tight spot and let go of the tight spot as you exhale. Final breaths. You can come back onto the forearms. Work your way back onto the hands. Walk the left foot in. Slide the right foot out. Let's go into our dragon lunge. These two poses go together really well. So left foot comes forward, outside the hands, knee is above the ankle. Keep the knee above the ankle or slightly behind the ankle. Then we slide the right knee back. Trying to take the left hip down towards the floor. Try and keep the spine straight. So if you're feeling quite flexible today, maybe you can take your forearms down. If not, it could be a pillow or a block underneath the forearms. I'm feeling a little stiff today, so I'm staying on my hands because I want to keep a straight spine. Again, you close the eyes and breathe into the left hip. With each exhale, try and let go of the tension. I'm going to close the door because something really noisy is happening outside. Follow the breath through the nose and into the left hip. As you exhale, follow it back out from the hip. You're breathing out tension, tightness, and stress. If it becomes too painful or too intense, come back up onto the hands. 3 more breaths. Slowly change back onto the hands. Walk the right toes and right knee in. Slide the left foot out. Back to all fours. Switching side. This time your block should be on the left. Step the right foot forward. Knee is above the ankle. Slide the left foot, slide the left knee to the back. And go back to your breath. Could be good to close the eyes. Work the right hip down towards the floor. Okay, if you're feeling more flexible, you can go down onto the forearms. Try and keep a straight spine. Relax shoulders, relax neck, jaw, eyes, forehead. No tension. The more relaxed you are, the easier it is to go into the stretches. Three or four more breaths. Let's think about coming out back to the hands. Walking the left foot in and sliding the right foot out. We're going to go back to Shavasana. Gently, slowly make your way onto the back. Just lay still for a few moments. Nothing to do here besides totally relax down into the floor. Try not to move. Try not to scratch. Try and keep your mind clear and just focus on the breath. The sensations that come up as you breathe, the way your chest moves, the way your shoulder moves, following the breath down, in and through the body. Maybe as you inhale, you can feel energy spreading across the whole body. Keep breathing. Just want to make a time check. Okay, guys, final few poses. We'll take a quick bridge pose. So bring the feet together in. Feet are hip width apart. And keep the knees parallel. In bridge pose, don't let the knees come out to the side. Okay, we put the palms flat on the ground. Breathe in, breathe out, lift up the hips. So feet directly below the knees, press your hands into the floor, push up the hips. Now relax the glutes and relax the hamstrings. All the work happens on the top half of the body. Steady breathing, breathe and send the breath down towards the knees and feet. Slowly change lower down. Do that one more time. Breathe in, breathe out, lift the hips. This time we interlock the fingers and you roll the shoulder blades underneath. Keep sending the hips up, press the arms down on the floor, relax the glutes and relax the hamstrings. Send the breath all the way down the body. Slowly change lower down. Okay, let's go for happy baby. You're going to pick up the feet and send the feet up to the sky. Reach inside with the elbows and grab the big toes. Stack the ankles above the knees and pull down on the feet. If you want to change the grip, you reach behind the heels and grab the outside edge of the foot. Keep the head on the floor, chin into the chest. Head can also be on a cushion or block. Suck in the belly, pull down on the feet. Now focus on your tailbone and think about flattening the tailbone down to the mat, the very base of the spine to the floor. Breathe. change. Grab the big toes with your 2 fingers from the inside, go for straddle. So legs are wide apart, lock out the knees. Keep the head on the floor, on the cushion, chin into the chest. Go back to your breath. And now focus on that tailbone again, flattening the base of the spine towards the floor. One more breath. Change. Bring the knees in, feet down, straighten out the legs for Shavasana. Okay, Supta Matsyendrasana. We bend up the left knee and put the big toe behind the right kneecap. Right hand on the left knee and roll over to the right. Okay, bump the hips slightly to the left. Look to the left. Left hand goes palm down, shoulder height. And just relax down into the floor. So we look at the left hand and then gently press the right hand into the left knee. Feel a nice twist from the toes to the top of the head. Try and relax everything down into the ground. You can keep the eyes closed here if you like. Just stay with the breath. Sink down into your mat. One more breath. Slowly change. Let go of the knee. Straighten both legs. Bend the right knee. Right foot behind the left knee. Left hand on the knee. Roll to the left. And bump your hips very slightly to the right. Right hand goes palm down, shoulder height. Look at the right hand and then press on the left knee. Close the eyes, sink down into the ground. Relax the whole body. Just a little pressure on the hand and knee. Face relaxed, forehead relaxed. Final breaths here. Change. Release the knee. Lay flat in Shavasana. Both legs stretched out. Let's finish today with a little self-massage. We're going to take our hands up to our head. And just rub the fingers on the top of the head like we're shampooing our hair in the shower. Okay. Little circles or rubbing backwards and forwards. Okay, go to the front of the head, the forehead, temples. I'm going to sit up, but you guys can stay laying down. Okay, next you rub the eyebrows, the eyes, like you're waking up first thing in the morning, rub the eyes. Okay, rub the sides of the head, next to the ears, cheekbones, cheeks. Get your fingers in between the jaw. Okay, going underneath the chin to the neck. Okay, back to the top of the head. Now start to work your fingers down the back of the head. We're going to the neck, the very top of the neck where the spine comes into the skull. Put your fingers in the center and start to pull them apart, squeezing the muscles in the neck. Any stiffness or knots, just hold it and give it some more pressure. Work your way down the neck until you get to the shoulders, and then put the right hand on the left shoulder and put the left hand on the right shoulder. Nice squeeze, traps. You can do one side at a time, or both at once. And release. Arms by your side, lay flat and still in Shavasana. Okay, stay with the breath. Today we spend 5 minutes in silence in Shavasana. Nothing to do besides lay completely still. Keep everything relaxed, let everything sink down into the floor. Just stay with the flow of breath coming in and out of the body. If you want to try something a little different today with the breathing, then just breathe through the nose. Feel the sensation on the nose and stop there. So instead of following it all the way through the body, you can try just stopping here at the nose. So we try and keep the mind clear of thoughts. That can be really difficult. One way you can help that is by just noticing when you're thinking and just trying to let go of the thoughts. Go back to the breath. So without trying to analyze the thoughts or judge the thoughts, just let them go. And if you want, you can come back to those later. So 4 minutes silence is starting now. I'll let you know when the time is up. The sound of a gong. Okay, 4 minutes is up. Stay with the breath a moment longer. Stay where you are on the floor. We gently start to wake up the body by just wiggling fingers, wiggle the toes a little. Slowly bring life back into the body. Feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you like. I'm going to bend up my knees and roll over onto my side. Good to spend a few breaths laying on the side. Push yourself up to seated if you like. Hope you had a nice, peaceful Shavasana. So this is where we close the class today. Thank you for joining in, everybody. I hope you enjoy and you're getting benefit from the class. Personally, it's really helping me to teach you guys. We're in our 7th week of lockdown here. We did have some good news that we're going to be allowed outside for exercise this week. So we've had 7 weeks inside, and just teaching every day and practicing every day has been a big help. So thank you for joining in. Back tomorrow with a beginner's class. Okay, keep the practice with you today. Keep awareness to your breath, posture. Have an incredible day, guys. Namaste. See you soon.